How's everyone doing today? I'm be talking about another Jake and Josh episode. This one is a pretty strange episode. I watched it 2 days ago, and after seeing it, I was like, "What the fuck? This is weird for a kids show." Damn, Dan Schneider really foreshadowed how much of a creep he was earlier on. So basically, in this episode, Drake and Josh have to take care of a baby, and the episode starts off with Drake trying to grind out on his guitar. He's trying to jam with his guitar, and then Josh is there doing his little woodwork project at home or something. He's like trying to make some wooden shit. And then basically Drake tells him, "Shut the fuck up, please." And then Josh is like, "I have no brain. Do you remember? I was born without one and melted while I was in the womb." So then Drake just kind of rips off his earbuds and is like, "What are you doing?" And then he's like building a catapult. And then Drake is like, "Yo, can you be a victim? Hop in the catapult and just like Angry Bird out the way through the window, please, thank you." And then basically Josh fucks off downstairs. And he's making his shit, and then Megan comes up behind him, tries to get like a lock of his hair on some obsessive girlfriend shit, and like she's his sister in the show as well. And then she basically just gives him a FNAF jump scare, and their parents come into the sitting room, and basically his dad's like whining and complaining. It's like, I won't be able to, go to dinner with Mr. Galloway. I won't be able to glaze him, I won't be able to tell him how nice his shoes are or some shit. I won't be able to get the promotion. Fuck. Because they had a babysitter, but the babysitter cancelled them, so they cancelled dinner. And then Josh out of nowhere just like starts a side quest and gets Drake to connect his controller, player 2, and he basically volunteers both of them, by the way, to take care of the baby. I'm like, "Yo, we can do it. Yes, please, ma'am. Please call me good boy. Will that be my reward if I take care of the baby?" And then Drake is like, "No, I need to go play the band. I need to play some shit." And then Josh's dad is like, "Nah, don't care, bro. You might as well just put the guitar in the bin. You're taking care of this child. See you later, alligator. Goodbye." And then Drake is like, "See you later, bud. You can take care of the shit sack baby, okay? I'm gonna go play with my band now." And then Josh is like, "No, I need it." And then the baby starts crying because Megan rings the phone out of nowhere. The phone starts blaring so loud. The baby, they're like, "Wah, wah, wah." And then the cutscene starts. The montage starts of them basically trying to get the baby to sleep. It involves Drake and Josh beating the shit out of each other with a toy hammer. Kind of would have been funny if Drake just had an actual hammer, just like bonked Josh once on head. He just collapsed on the ground. And then Josh like rugby tackles Drake into the couch. There's one where they try to bribe the baby to go to sleep. They're like, "Here, money, you can buy pacifiers." I'm like, money? The baby doesn't know what money is, bro. If you hold a coin to the baby, he'll probably just look at it and try to eat it, bro. And then it like cuts to them crying. They like submit. They're like, "Here, can't beat them, join them." They just start whining as well. And then they show up to the garage where Drake's band is. They're just bringing the baby. He's like, "Hey lads, can you help us babysit this baby, please? This is all a group project right now. We have to raise a child. We all have to become mom and dads for school homework, okay?" And then one of them be's like, one of them starts talking about alligators for some reason. I don't know, bro. It's just obsessed with alligators. And the one of them says, maybe the baby's whining because it shot itself. Yeah. And then this is where the weird part goes. This is one where it made me go like, are we cooking or are we undercooked here in this scene? What the fuck? And they basically just start taking turns sniffing the baby's ass. I don't know. And then even one of the bands like went in for seconds. He's like, "Here, free sample. That was so good the first time. I'd try it again." And then everyone takes turns sniffing it. The guy, I think this is even weirder. The guy, Paul is his name. He went in 2 times to sniff the baby's ass. The first time he went in, he was like, "Not bad." The second time he went in, he went in second time again. And then everyone just sniffed the baby's ass like it was smelling salts or some shit. They're just like taking turns smoking a joint, but instead of smoking a joint, they're inhaling stinky fumes from a baby. And then the next scene cuts to them, Drake and Josh and Megan. Megan's just helping them for some reason. I don't know. She decided to change her mind or some shit. And they're trying to get the baby they're trying to change the baby's diaper. The baby kind of pisses all over him, gives him a nice golden shower. There you go. Gotta get ready for your big day, Drake. There you go. You need a wash. And then they don't have anything to use as a diaper. They look at the curtains. Megan's there saying like, "My brothers have goopy brain." And then they eventually get the baby to fall asleep. They're singing a song. Josh kind of goes in. He has some passion in that shit. And then the baby finally goes to sleep, and then Drake is like, alright, see you later, I'm just gonna play instruments with the boys. And then Josh, still on his needy crybaby shit, he's like, no, Drake, I need you to stay here. I'm like, if I was Drake, I'm surprised Drake didn't just be like, yo, look, Josh, you don't go fuck yourself. You're not even my real brother, bro. You're not even supposed to be in my life. Then he just leaves, and Josh is like, I need you. And then 2 seconds later, out of nowhere, the baby like put in its coordinates, it said /TP away from Josh somewhere or some shit. I don't know. Maybe Dr. Doom came through a portal and just took the baby. Because how the fuck he like turned around for like him and Drake were like talking for like 30 seconds, then turned around, the baby's already gone. So then on some Tom and Jerry shit, on some cartoon shit, Josh goes around looking for a baby, basically making a mess of this shit, looking in the chest where they keep the rubbish, and he goes into the garage to look for the baby, and this is like probably the dumbest Josh moment I've ever seen. It's like if Patrick Star was just behind him and be like, yeah, trust me, it'll work. So then he starts going, Marco Polo! He starts trying to play Marco Polo with the baby, and then he's like, ah, shucks, the baby can't swim. Yeah, that's definitely the only reason it didn't work. And then he goes into his room and he sees the baby's diaper on the catapult. He's like, alright, so, yeah, it's grand, the baby's drip is on the catapult, but he's nowhere to be seen. Oh, fuck! He got flung out the window! Yeah, the baby got flung out the window on the catapult, somehow. And, then Josh goes back outside to check where the baby was, and he finds the rugby ball that he also put on the catapult to test it. And he figures out the baby's on the roof. He's just chilling. He's like Spider-Man on the roof. And the baby... And then Josh gets a call thinking it's Drake. Be like, Drake, you won't believe this. The baby is completely fine, Miss Galloway. Don't worry, bro. He's sleeping. Yeah, definitely. On the roof with the bats. And basically Miss Galloway wanted to hear the baby's voice, and out of nowhere Josh... And then for some reason Josh just goes, goo goo gaga, mama. You could have just kept on saying goo goo gaga, bro, to be honest. It's like 2 other words that babies speak. Like, babies don't even speak in words, they speak in syllables. And then his mom started like started getting so excited and shit. It sounded like she was getting fucking fingered by her husband underneath the table. She was that fucking happy about the baby saying mama. So then they just cancelled dinner, and she screams at Bob, be like, Bob, get my fucking purse, you useless sack of shit. So then they fuck off back to Drake's house, and and Josh is basically hanging on the gutter of the house because he tried to get a ladder, and the ladder just kind of like said, yeah, I'm out, I'm leaving the party. So just slapped on the ground. And then his parents come home and be like, Josh, get down from here this instant. It's like he's acting, it's like Josh is like a toddler, and they find the whole kitchen covered in like shit, and the baby's just there chilling on the table. It's like, get down from here this instant. I'm like, hey, mom and dad, you dumb fucks, I'm hanging off a roof, how do you expect me to get down? And then Josh basically drops onto Mr. Galloway, full on cannibal, like, onto Mr. Galloway. And they're like, I need to see my child. And then Josh is like, no, go for a walk, just go away, please. Or just like go to Afghanistan, go for a holiday, just at this instant right now, just go for a holiday, please. And then she's like, no, Josh, I need to go see my baby. At the fuck away, please, thank you. And then they go and they go check the baby. Josh is about to, spill the beans. He's about to fucking tip the can of Heinz beans over and be like, listen, I explain. I flung the baby out the window with my catapult, and then he got stuck on the roof and was communicating with birds. And then right before he's about to say his shit, they hear Drake playing a tune, and it's Drake and Megan basically calm down the baby. The baby's gone back to sleep. Ooh, I've been working on the railroad. I might go on the road when there's busy traffic. And yeah, that was basically the episode. Miss Galloway kind of starts begging the baby, like, please say mama, and then she's walking to her, it's like, say mama. I only want you to say 2 things, mama. That's it. So yeah, that was the episode, Drake and Josh. I just thought it was really fucking weird how they started passing around the baby like it was, I don't know, a drug or some shit, and they're just getting high off it. Dan Snyder really wanted to let us know earlier on he likes feet. But yeah, anyways, I hope you did enjoy this video. Please do leave a like, subscribe, appreciate it a lot, and I'll see you next one. See you later, have a good one. Goodbye.